Well, I said I got a woman, they gonna stand good to me. Ooh, yeah. I said I got a woman, they gonna stand good to me. Oh, yeah. She's my baby, don't you understand? Well, I said I got a woman, they gonna stand good to me. Say that love and take the moment, come going. Say that love, early in the morning, yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, she's my baby, don't you understand?
Hey, final community, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in on yet another video. Today I'm just gonna do a quick highlight on a record which I grew up with in my youth, and which is actually an Elvis Presley bootleg, but it's considered being one of the most beautiful Elvis bootlegs ever to be released. And I'm talking about Rockin' with Elvis on New Year's Eve. And just look at the sleeve, just look at the wonderful sleeve. Isn't that awesome? I mean, this is an audience recording, so the sound is not really that great, but enjoyable. This is an audience recording which was recorded on New Year's Eve 1976 in Pittsburgh. And it's a legendary concert because witnesses, people who were actually there, said that this was absolutely one of Elvis' finest performances ever. And we all know that Elvis Presley had a lot of ups and downs in that period of his life, but here in Pittsburgh, 1976, he looked awesome. I mean, he lost a lot of weight, because we all know that he had weight problems back in those days. He lost a lot of weight. He was really energetic. And if you are able to look at some of the recorded video footage of that concert, then you will, I think you will agree that this is indeed one of his finest performances. So let us take a look at the record. Okay, so some of the pictures from the actual concert. And this is a pretty lengthy concert for Elvis, because normally he just performed just like an hour, but this is a pretty lengthy concert. Had some very interesting set list, which was a little bit different than his average set list. So just take a look at the content of the songs he did during that concert in Pittsburgh. I got this record, I grew up with it. My father had it in his collection and I listened to it quite often. And but that original one I had in my collection, which I took over from my father, was really, really damaged. Very bad. I mean, the cover and the sleeve was literally falling apart. And the vinyl was also scratched and damaged. So it's a shame actually that, but it wasn't worth anything anymore. And then a couple of years ago, I was fortunate enough to find this one, which is it's a perfect copy, and the vinyl is also perfect. This is just mint copy. So let us take a look at the record itself. This is not the original inner sleeve. I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is the record. It's the label is Spirit of America Records, but this one is this is just a mint copy. This is 100% perfect. And then if you take a look at the inner sleeve, just like a lot of Elvis records back in those days, they would advertise other records which you should have in your collection. So they did the same thing. This is the original inner sleeve. And then with a suggestion of a couple of other import or bootleg records you should have in your collection. That one here, The Legend Lives On, is also present in my collection, and which is absolutely also a fantastic bootleg. It has some soundboard recordings from his Las Vegas concerts, end of the 60s, early 70s, and especially some songs which weren't released on regular releases back in the days. So that's a beautiful cover and a beautiful record also. So in 2003, FTD Records did also release the New Year's concert on CD, on a double CD. And with doing so, they deviated a little bit from their regular program because they were only focusing at that point on releasing soundboard recordings. But with this one, they deviated from that because of the historical significance of that concert. Again, Elvis was in absolute top form, and a lot of people considered this as one of his most finest performances ever. So they had to release it on CD. But it's the same audience recording. Now, there were rumors that there were also soundboard recordings of this concert, but up to this date, that has never been found. So I highly believe that, you know, those soundboard recordings don't exist. But this is the FTD version on CD, Elvis New Year's Eve. This is the front, this is the back side. And so it comes without a booklet, but inside this is a trifold. There are some other pictures, and then these are the CDs. And if we take the CDs out, then you can see that there are also some extra pictures, but no additional notes or information about this in the CD. I wonder, by the way, if FTD will also release this maybe one day on a vinyl version. But again, I'm very happy with the original release that came out in 1977. So again, this is Elvis, Rockin' with Elvis on New Year's Eve. It's a wonderful record. I think you will still be able to find this. So if you are able to add this to your Elvis Presley collection, then I highly suggest you do so, because it's a wonderful record and a nice piece of Elvis Presley history. Rockin' with Elvis, New Year's Eve.
Well, you heard me, and I know nobody else will ever do. I would never, ever
Fantastic. Thank you very much.